MLS playoffs, round one, game one is finally here. We have a bunch of good matchups here for round one in the best of three series. Now, also, the Nerdy Soccer Table is heating up, and make sure that you join. The QR code is on the screen there. See how many you get right here in the playoffs. But currently, Let's Go Crew with 64 points is leading the Nerdy Soccer Table, with Joey Betts coming in that second spot with 61. Samuel 22 coming in third with 58. Then M. Donovan in that fourth spot with 51, and Generic Football Club, Soccer Club, not Football Club, coming in that fifth spot at 49 points. If you want to get involved, like I said, the QR code is on the screen there. See how good you do through the playoffs, but it looks like the fighting three up there at the top are going to be the three that are fighting for that free MLS kit of their choosing at the end of the season. So as long as they don't fall off, one of those three is most likely going to win. But enough of all that. A lot of good matchups. We got a lot to get through. So let's jump into our first match. And that first match is Inter Miami versus Nashville SC here on Friday, which I really hope that Nashville play well against them. Also, we've got news. Messi is staying there in Miami until 2028, which I'm here for it now. I'm starting to like the fact that he's here even more. I think that I like it because most of the other guys are retiring. So we're going to see how well Messi does with other people, and hopefully it quiets down where they're not just throwing Messi everywhere, where MLS has made him a villain. But I'm here for it. I'm excited for him. Congratulations, Messi, for signing that extension. I think it's going to be great for the league, hopefully. Nashville not looking good against Inter Miami. They played each other on decision day and at Geodis Park. Miami beat them 5-2. Also, Inter Miami have not lost to Nashville SC in their last 9 meetings, with 7 wins and 2 draws. This one, I really just went with Inter Miami. Inter Miami's playing at home. Nashville didn't look great there in their last match against each other, and even the last 2 matches for Nashville on the regular season, not great. They drew on the road with CF Montreal 1-1 before they lost to Miami. Inter Miami in their last 3 matches, again, putting up 5 against Nashville, 4 against Atlanta, which we know Atlanta's not great, and then also 4 against the Revs, which the Revs aren't that great either, but they did both of those games at home. So they're back at home in Miami. I don't think it's going to be a 5-2 beating on Nashville, but I think that Inter Miami is going to get the job done there at home and win this match 3-1 over Nashville. So next up, we have the Philadelphia Union versus Chicago Fire. Philadelphia currently in their last 5, 3 wins and 2 losses, where Chicago Fire 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 matches. On decision day, Philadelphia did lose to Charlotte. They didn't look that great. Chicago Fire are coming off of that play-in game, and they handled business 3-1 over Orlando City, and they actually looked really good. I thought that they put their attacking front was really good. We watched that game on the live stream, and they held Orlando to 0 shots in the first half, and the majority of the second half, they also held them to 0 shots. I don't know what the exact number was at the end of the match for Orlando, but Chicago Fire handled business there in the play-in game. So let's see if they can continue it here. Can they upset Philadelphia? That I'm not sure of. Philadelphia have won the last 2 matchups against Chicago Fire, but also Chicago are on a 6-match unbeaten streak currently. For me, Philadelphia, I think, maybe relaxed a little bit there against Charlotte FC on decision day because they couldn't move up or down. There was nothing for them to do. So why put all of your efforts forward to win that game where it really didn't mean anything other than I think they could have broken a team record of most points in a season, but is that really worth risking an injury on someone before the playoffs? I don't know. They're coming off of a 1-0 victory against NYCFC there at Subaru Park before that, and then they beat DC United on the road 6-0. For Chicago Fire, they drew with the Revs on decision day 2-2, and then they drew with Toronto 2-2. And I will say, we saw a really good Toronto team here at the end of the season, and I think that they'll be in the playoffs next season. Just throwing that out there. This one, I think it's going to be a very close game. There are some injuries on both sides, a handful of them. Hopefully it doesn't, it's no one that's really made an impact here down the stretch. I guess Quinn Sullivan for the Philadelphia Union could have been, he could be a difference maker, but they're still winning games without him. With this match being played at Subaru Park, I do like what I saw from Chicago in the play-in game. They're very determined, but I just think that this Philadelphia team is a lot better than what the Chicago Fire are, and they're playing at Subaru Park. It's tough to play there. I think that it's going to be a close one, and I think it's going to be a low-scoring one, even though Chicago like to put up numbers. I think this match is a victory for the Philadelphia Union, 2-1 over the Fire. So now we head to the West for Vancouver Whitecaps versus FC Dallas. Vancouver in their last 5, 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, where FC Dallas are 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches. These two teams played each other there in decision day, and Dallas won 2-1 over Vancouver Whitecaps, but 95% of the game, the Whitecaps were down a man because of a last defender foul for an attacking play, so he got the red card. And I will say the Whitecaps played a really good game with only 10 men and really showed how much better they are than FC Dallas. But also you have a lot for Dallas coming back. I think that Musa will be back for the playoffs, I believe. So I think that that's a big step up for FC Dallas. Both of these teams, they let teams score against them. Both have not had a clean sheet in either 5 or 6 matches, and I think that continues here. I think both teams score, but with Matchday 1 there in Vancouver, they're not going to let Dallas beat them 2 times in a row at home. So I think that this match goes to Vancouver Whitecaps, and they win this match 3-1 over FC Dallas. Staying there in the West, we have San Diego FC versus Portland Timbers. I will say the Portland Timbers surprised me with how they played in their play-in game, winning that match 3-1 over RSL to get into the spot to play San Diego here in the playoffs. San Diego, 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. The Portland Timbers, 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. So they were not in a great form until the play-in game with 2 losses and 2 draws before that. San Diego kind of turning it back around. They were on a skid, but now their last 2 matches they have won. They beat Houston on the road 4-2, and then they beat Portland Timbers 4-0 and on decision day. So will we see a repeat of that? The San Diego team is a good side. Congratulations to them for getting the first place seed there in the West in their first season. We'll see how good they do. I do like them better than Portland Timbers, as in how they're playing this season. The Timbers just not great, and I still hate the fact that we have 8 and 9, like 9 teams on each side making it to the playoffs. That should not be happening, because the Timbers do not deserve, and neither did RSL deserve, to be in the playoffs, in my opinion. But that's just how the MLS goes. So we're here with that, but not much to say in this one. I do like the fact that Portland performed there at Providence Park for the play-in game. It will be hard to play there at Providence Park, but this one is not in Providence Park. So I think that San Diego is going to get the job done there at home. I don't think it's going to be a 4-0 victory over the Timbers. I know that was on the road at Providence Park, but I do think that San Diego put up 3, and I'm going to go, I think that they still might get the shutout. I think that they might shut Timbers out in this one, and I think San Diego is going to win 3-0 over the Timbers. Now we have the Hell is Real Derby for round 1 here in the East Coast, or the Eastern Conference. We have Cincinnati versus Columbus Crew. Cincinnati right now, 4 wins and a draw in their last 5, currently on a 5-match unbeaten streak, where Columbus Crew, 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in their last 5 matches. Cincinnati, 3-0 victory over Montreal there on decision day, where Columbus Crew won 3-1 over the Red Bulls there on decision day, even without Rossi. without Rossi. But I think that this Cincinnati team is a lot better than this Columbus team, but it is a rivalry. This is a rivalry, so this one I can see going either way just because of that. FC Cincinnati don't have the greatest record there at home at TQL Stadium, but right now they have turned it on. They are in great form, and I'm going to have to stick with the home team again. I think that a lot of these games I have to stick with the home team. They're the better seed, and I just think that Cincinnati are a better side with against Columbus Crew. It would help if Rossi is back, but also he's not going to be 100%. So how much of an impact can he make in these games? He is doubtful as of right now for their game. Farsi is also out, so it's not great for the Columbus Crew right now. So I'm going to have to stick with it. I'm going to go with FC Cincinnati, Evander, and squad just playing great. So I think that they win this match 2-1 over Columbus Crew. Now, next up, we go back out west to Minnesota United versus Seattle Sounders. Currently, Minnesota United 1 win, a draw, and 3 losses in their last 5 matches, where Seattle Sounders 3 wins, a draw, and a loss, currently on a 4-match unbeaten streak for Seattle and a 3-match winning streak. On decision day, Minnesota did lose to LA Galaxy 2-1, where Seattle Sounders won 2-1 over NYCFC there on decision day. Again, I've talked about this Seattle team. I think they're great. I think they're going to move. I think they'll move on in the playoffs. I like what Minnesota have done this season. They have had a great season, in my opinion, but their form right now is not great, where Seattle Sounders are on fire right now, winning games, even if they're close one, because the 2 before the NYCFC game were 1-0 victories. That's all it takes to get the dub. So they're playing well. They're getting results that they need. I think that this Seattle team is also better than Minnesota. So this is going to be my first match that I think the road team wins in this game 1. I think Seattle go on the road and win this match 2-1 over Minnesota United. Now that leads us into Charlotte FC versus NYCFC. This is going to be a good matchup. I think both of these teams are very much even in talent and how they've done this season. But Charlotte, 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5, where NYCFC 2 wins and 3 losses in their last 5. Charlotte is currently on a 2-match winning streak, where NYCFC are currently on a 2-match losing streak. I know it's the playoffs, but these two teams have not drawn in their last 4 matches, so there has been a winner outright in the last 4 times that these two teams have played. Charlotte are coming off of a good victory against Philadelphia Union there on decision day. Yes, I talked about it a little bit earlier that Union maybe not played at their full potential, but Charlotte have been good at home. They don't lose there at home at Bank of America Stadium, so I like their performance. I like what they have done so far this season, and I'm cheering for Charlotte to move on in this one. NYCFC are coming off of a loss there at home against Seattle on decision day. NYCFC are very much mediocre on both away and home games. It just depends on which team decides to show up. And I in this one, I think that NYCFC are going to give them a run for their money, but I think Charlotte, good at home. I like what they're doing. Maybe this pick is a little bit biased, but I think Charlotte are going to get the job done here in this one. And I'm going to say it's going to be a low-scoring one, and they win this match 1-0 over NYCFC. Now that leads us into our final match. That is LAFC versus Austin FC. LA currently 3 wins, a draw, and a loss in their last 5 matches, where Austin are 1 win and 4 losses. Austin were on a good streak there, and then now all of a sudden they are on a terrible streak. Although Austin have beat LAFC the last 2 times that they have played against each other, but I just don't see it happening here. Yes, LAFC drew with Colorado Rapids. Colorado Rapids were trying to push for a playoff spot, where LAFC, they could have moved up a little bit in the seeding if they would have won that game against Colorado there on the road. I still going to talk about that Sun and Buonga are going to be tough to beat, and I don't think that Austin are that talented this season, and I just feel as though LAFC are going to easily win this game. And I think that it could be like a 3-1. Maybe I'm wrong. Kind of hope that I'm wrong. I hope that Austin give them a good game. I just don't see Austin winning this. They don't have the same talent as LAFC, even on the back line. Austin have struggled to score this season. LAFC have tightened up their defense. So with this one, I'm going to have to go with LA there in LA, and they win this match. I'm going to say I'm going to go lower scoring because I know that LAFC could go put up some points, but I think they also get the clean sheet. And I think they win this match 2-0 over Austin FC. So that is it for my picks for round one, game one, or match day one for MLS playoffs. Tell me down below what your thoughts are. Make sure that you do your predictions there with the Google Forms. The QR code is on the screen and the link is in the description. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you like the content, and make sure that you tune into the watch-alongs here on the channel. We will be doing multiple watch-alongs throughout multiple playoff games, so make sure you come hang out with us on those, and we will see you for the next video.